Hello and welcome to another episode of the LowerBitrate Podcast, number 77. Hello.
Hello. Welcome. I'm a little bit hoarse.
That sucks.
Yeah, my job is like talking just nonstop, so I think that's what's going on. That's
You ever thought
probably it.
about getting a text to speech and just sound like one of those TikTok videos?
They wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that would suck.
I would like it.
Anyway, thanks for listening, wherever you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Quick reminder, lowerbitrate.com. That's where all our links are. Click them, enjoy them. Thank you. How was your week?
My week is all right. It's been pretty stressful actually because my landlords want to start showing the house. So that means it's like really pushed me into moving mode. um to like get ready for the big move. So I'm just worried I won't have everything ready to go. So I'm trying to work hard. So yeah, that's been my week starting to move. Um, three of my friends are moving too. One friend's moving this weekend, and then next weekend, two friends are moving. So I'm helping them too. Yeah, so that's my week. Not very interesting. I did get to play some Switch. I went and visited my family, so I got to play Switch with my nephew, and so he's my Guiji. He's a great Guiji. Like, you would be so impressed with this 5-year-old. He knows. It made me laugh though because he yelled out. My parents didn't think this was funny, but he yelled out right at the beginning, "How do I suck?" Made me laugh.
The age
But
old question of every teenager.
I blow because the vacuum has a suck and blow feature. Anyway, he was really good at it. I was so proud. He could do, it's so difficult to control two thumbsticks, right? And since he's been 4, he's been able to do it. So I just hand him, I was like, oh shoot, he's not going to be able to do this. Like, cause you need Guiji at certain parts. But he would start recognizing, oh, if there's spikes or oh, if there's bars, we would say it's Guiji time. So I love it. It's a great co-op game. Before we started recording, I was just unwinding and playing some of the Mario Cat Bell game, also known as Mario 3D World. Yes, Super Mario 3D World. And I like it. I'm working on getting all my green stars. I still haven't beat the game yet, too, because I'm a loser. So I'm working on it, though. Anyway, how was your week?
My week was up and down. Roller coaster, really. So watch some TV shows. Not much gaming, actually. I mean, there's one game that we played uh yesterday. We'll get into, but yeah, no Returnal this week. Very minimal Destiny this week,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I stopped playing the MLB because we won the World Series.
Yay!
Not yay. Ugh. Because they gave away all the good players. Now I'm on a team of fucking bums, and I'm locked down.
Yeah, but you won.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of the stuff that we have to talk about is I put it in the stuff we have to talk about. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, my week was fine.
Great.
Um, LOL. Nvidia is. I think I made a call, maybe like a month or two ago when that ship got unstuck, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it might be a little bit easier to get some graphics cards. No, it's not. It's harder.
Mm.
I haven't seen a PlayStation drop, a legitimate PlayStation drop, in a couple months. I've tried to get another one. Almost gonna give up because I got the dark plates in. Did I ever tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
So Dbrand, they made this matte black plates for the PlayStation, so it doesn't look like an alien spaceship. It just looks weird. So the whole
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation is matte black. I'm just gonna keep it and not go for a disc version. I don't really care. At this point, I just don't care anymore. So yeah, Papa Nvidia decides that it would be a good idea to create two new SKUs of graphics cards. The 3080, it's supposed to be the Ti, but the executive called it the Ti. What a fucking boomer. And the 3070 Ti. And if I could just sum it up in like one statement for these two graphics cards, colossal waste of money. They raised the price from originally what people thought it was going to be, which was about $1,000,
Yeah.
to $1,299, so
Whoa.
$1,300. It's worse than the 3090. It's 71% more expensive than the 3080, but only gives you less than 10% gains versus the 3080. It's basically Nvidia said they can't buy it. They're going to buy it anyway. They'll buy it at whatever price it is. And they're right. So, yeah, my apologies. I am so glad. Huh?
Rant over.
Yes, I am so glad that I took the risk and bought a pre-built computer with the 3080 inside of it and can be done with this shit. Because today I went to Micro Center to go buy a camera. Bought a camera. Talk about that later. Or another week. I just got it today. And in 96-degree heat, they have a virgin section where you could wait for graphics cards.
Wow.
Beach chairs, lawn chairs out. People just sitting there. I'm like, wow, dedication. Fuck that. I want the AC. Anyway, rant over. It's virtually impossible to get a graphics card right now. LOL Nvidia. Next, game of the decade. When I tell you game of the decade or game of like the new millennium, what game comes to mind?
Skyrim.
For you?
Just kidding. Just because it never goes away.
That is a good contender. I have a better one though.
Okay.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
For sure.
Well, this weekend, my girlfriend doesn't have a PC. She doesn't have room for it in her apartment. So, out of the question. However, she does have a Switch. And I had a copy of Minecraft laying around. Decided to give it to her. Wasn't going to play it on the Switch. It was a fun novelty idea. I got it for cheap, like $15 when it was on sale. Decided to give it to her. Never going to play it. We had an idea where we're going to run a Minecraft server. To me, Minecraft is the game of the decade because it never dies. Never.
Yeah.
There's always new kids propping this thing up. There's always adults playing it because it's a sandbox game, right? Like you can do whatever the hell you want with it. On the PC side, you can mod it to all hell. But we decided to go with something a little bit more vanilla. Funny that you mentioned earlier that it's hard. It's easy to forget that it's hard to control two sticks. So yesterday we played Minecraft, and girlfriend's experience is primarily just Animal Crossing, which you could literally play with one Joy-Con, right? So let's just say that the hand-eye coordination with the sticks was a struggle. You'll just see her. Yeah, it is. You'll just see her looking at the ground or looking all the way up or just staring.
Everyone has been there.
Yeah, it's always. No one starts out a pro. Anyway, so yeah, we've been playing Minecraft. That's pretty much the primary gaming that I've had. We played it for a few hours. Same old shit for me, like it's fun, but it is incredibly easy. They have something called Minecraft Realms, and tied to your Microsoft account, you don't have to go to any sketchy websites and pay an exorbitant amount of fees to actually get a Minecraft server. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could, but at the base level, you could just pay $8 a month and you can get a server that's always online. And they
Yeah.
have like minimal modifications that you can actually purchase on the Minecraft store. Um, they gave you some for free. I didn't buy anything. But they give you some for free where you can get like skins and worlds, etc., etc. Um, it's pretty fun.
It's
So
cool.
cool.
I played Minecraft this weekend, aka Minecraft, and my nephew was showing me around their like base they built, my brother and him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty extensive, the little world, because they just play creative mode. And so I got a tour, and of course I messed everything up. I like deleted the bed I was supposed to sleep in because the monsters were coming. And so I was so impressed. My nephew was like, I'll make you another one. And he just crafted a bed right in front of me. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, how do you know how to do this? So it's very accessible. Kids can play it. It can be safe for them to play it. So what a great game. I agree. I'm just not that into it.
Yeah, you have to be like super into like the sandbox style games because they really. I mean, other than like servers with a purpose that have like hundreds of players on it,
I
there's
mean,
really no direction.
I don't mind sandbox. Like I loved Conan, and it's just different. Like the art doesn't appeal to me.
That's the thing. It
Sorry.
could always
Sorry,
change.
Minecraft. Yeah.
Minecraft at a base level is so bare bones that people have taken it to unimaginable heights. Like there's some packs that you can get and mods that you can get you could turn your world into like Harry Potter world.
Mm-hmm.
And with their Bedrock edition, I had to buy it again because I think I had like the OG version from like
Mm-hmm.
2010. So I had to buy it again to play with the console, which was kind of a bummer, but whatever. I'm having fun. We're still gonna play it. I actually logged in earlier to play,
Yeah.
just mining some stuff. So yeah,
That's cool. What kind of stuff did you mine? Any diamonds?
no, we're really really early into it. Um, just getting the main stuff like all the furnaces, all the stuff, and I'm honestly really trying to like catch my bearings again because I haven't played one of these like sandbox games in a long time. So yeah, so everybody's heard it at this point, right?
Yeah.
The stonks.
Tell me about it.
Oh boy, what a what a roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone who I've said to get into it, I'm not giving you financial advice. This is not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I am a fucking moron. But the people that confided in me all have made a substantial amount of money.
Congratulations.
Oh no, it's not over. Um so from 1 month ago, what's today? The 9th?
Mm-hmm.
So May 9th. Let's do May 10th. The stock price for AMC was $9.74.
Mm-hmm.
It is currently 40 in the late 40s. It had a high of 76.
Wow.
Excuse me if you heard my burp.
Mhm.
Um what a shit show. So let's get into it. The the financial people, like this is these are the devils, right? Like these are the people that, haunt you in your sleep that can, get you whacked. They have so much money. And
Yeah.
there's a specific word for the people that they self-proclaim themselves as the R word. I'm not going to repeat that. But yeah, the Manhattan suits have lost billions and billions of dollars to people in their underwear buying stocks.
That's cool.
That is really cool. So I don't know when this is gonna happen. It probably won't happen now, next week, next month. Who knows? It's a whole bunch of stuff with
Hmm.
like government agencies and a whole bunch of like really illegal white collar crime getting, just floated to the surface. And I stand to make a lot of money. Like life-changing
Huzzah.
money.
Yeah, that's really great.
Like let's move away from here type of money. Let me go buy a new car in cash money. You know what I mean? Like take 10
Hmm.
grand, find the person that you don't like, give it to them, but the only caveat is that you have to slap them with it type of money. I'm excited.
Who are you gonna slap first?
I don't hate anybody. That's just, it's like a metaphor.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, if you're in the stocks,
Hmm.
if you're just listening, the best thing you can do is detach your emotions from it. People have said to me, "Oh, I'm losing so much money." I'm like, "What money have you lost? It's fugazi. It doesn't exist. You haven't lost
Hmm.
money unless you take it out, right?
Okay.
Be patient. I'm being patient. Anyway, that is the stonks. So the biggest thing in the gamer world,
Yeah.
as usual, every summer, we get E3.
Much excite.
I think this one. Do you think this one is probably going to be the biggest one in a while?
I think so because of the Microsoft and Bethesda, you know, combining into this one symbiotic being.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I think it's going to be a big deal. I think people are anticipating big announcements.
Yeah, I'm pretty much anticipating the same thing because last E3 was whack, like super whack.
Yeah.
We pretty much knew the consoles were coming. Nobody's really announcing any pretty big games. It was kind of whack. The year before that was kind of as well. I think like the cringe was sitting in, like the cringe fatigue. And E3 became this, I don't know, it became this thing. Like this before it was like this elusive thing that you can go to, and then they
Hmm.
opened it up, and then it just kind of be like, oh, if you have money, you can go, and the
Well,
elusiveness kind of just faded for me.
yes, it faded for a lot of fans, I think, or people like content creators, people involved in media of some way, like being a broadcaster. Anyway, instead of just a fan. I think it lost its sheen a little bit, but they also made a huge mistake and pushed out journalists even more by the data breach that happened.
I remember that. Yeah. What was that? 2018.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And they just released the presses they basically doxed them, literally. And there are people that threaten journalists' life, like on the regular, just because they don't like what they say. So it was a really stupid thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, like E3 was kind of like getting called up to like be a professional. You know what I mean? Like it was
Hmm.
that thing. You were in the minor leagues for a while, but then you got called up, and now you're covering one of the biggest shows on the planet. You know?
Or you just get exclusive access.
Yeah. It was at the very least, it was like you made it if you went to E3. Like if somebody brought you to E3, like you pretty much made it. Now it's just like anybody with money can just go. You know?
Hmm.
So hopefully they like ring that back. I don't think anybody's gonna be there in person. Like no fans. That's
Hmm.
kind of the that's kind of the gist I'm getting. Because everything that I'm seeing on the E3 site as far as like fan access has to do with like online portals. Um, they have like special events, like online gathering spots for E3 attendees. Um, stuff like that, and leaderboards and profile creation, all that other stuff. So I don't think it. I think very minimal people are going to be involved in the actual like show floor, which is
Hmm.
cool. I just hope they bring it back, like just bring it a little back, capture some of that elusiveness. Anyway, um,
Yeah, it's unfortunate that E3 changed in the way that it has, but still, I mean, I watch it online, and I'm still gonna watch it online. One more thing I'm excited about is the Devolver showcase. They've been hyping it up on Twitter, teasing things.
okay.
So
When is that happening?
it's always, I forgot, but it's always weird and wonderful. I like watching it. They do like a whole little like feature film every time. Let's see when Devolver is. Devolver is Saturday, June 12th,
Nice.
after Ubisoft.
Yeah, so they pretty
It
much
doesn't
put
have
the
a time.
schedule out. Um, so E3 2021 is going to kick off with Ubisoft and Gearbox Entertainment, and then GamesBeat is going to have something there, and I think Devolver is going to be on the same day. Uh, the pre-show, so that tomorrow, once you're listening to this, or today if you're listening on Saturday, E3 is happening. On
Hmm.
Sunday, I think is going to be the biggest day. Um, Microsoft is merging or has merged with Bethesda Games, so they're going to have a joint conference. That's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then we're also going to get some Square Enix stuff. One of my favorite shows that happens around this time is the PC Gaming Show.
Okay.
Um, Usually Day Nine does that. He's a funny guy, and the Future Game Show, Warner Bros. Games, Back for Blood, and 24 Entertainment. I don't know what that is. Will also be featured. And then Monday we have some presentations from like Mythical Games, Freedom Games, Razer, Capcom. I'm excited to see what Capcom puts in because they've been killing it lately, honestly. And then they're gonna have some diversity and equity inclusion panel stuff from Take Two, which is funny. Verizon and Intellivision will also be featured with Ven. Don't know what that is. And then Tuesday the 15th, I think, is the last day of E3. It will have Nintendo's Nintendo Direct, which I think is going to be huge. There's a lot of things riding that people, are excited for. A lot of games: Metroid 4, uh, The Legend of Zelda, a new Splatoon, maybe something with Smash. There's rumors,
Maybe a
and
maybe new console.
that's what. Yeah, the rumors are stating they've heated up that there's going to be a new console, Switch Pro, if you will. I don't know what it's going to be called. Um, and then they're gonna have Bandai Namco, Eureka Games, and GameSpot. They're gonna have focus events, and the broadcast will conclude with the official E3 2021 award show. Don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure like Game of the Year, etc., etc. I think there's. Have they ever done this before?
I don't recall. No.
I think it's probably the first of its kind. They pretty much want to have their, Oscars, if you will. Yeah, this is happening. We've already gotten some stuff announced, like Battlefield 2042, scheduled to release. I think it's October 22nd of this year. Uh,
Hmm.
no campaign, apparently no BR. Thank God. They'll probably come out with one. They always do. Um, yeah. So just be on the lookout for all of the info vomit that you're gonna get from all these games that are releasing. Alongside of this, they're probably gonna have a lot of announcements and trailers that are not exclusive to E3. That are just coming out. Like this is the time where things get revealed and teased and announced and dates, etc. And also another thing to be looking out for is sales because usually around this time they have like E3 sales or Game Awards sales. So maybe something might be tied to that. So check out on like the Epic Game Store, Vomit in My Mouth, Steam, and other places. Like Nintendo's been really good about doing this as well. So if you've been looking for, one of those Nintendo games, maybe Maybe like Link's Awakening might get a discount now. I don't think I've ever seen that have a discount. So yeah, that's pretty much it. E3, the gaming awards season for gamers, to get you pumped and hyped for the rest of the year. Happening this Saturday. Anyway,
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think I can watch it live. I regret I will not be able to restream it, or I mean co-stream it, whatever they call it these days. But oh, because I would love to do that. But I will be watching.
yeah. Hopefully, it's a little bit more interesting than Logan Paul boxing.
Oh my God.
LOL.
Fuck you
Someone,
for bringing it up.
yeah, someone got banned. One big streamer got banned. They weren't showing anything. They were just having, like, the best way I can explain it is they were watching it on their thing, like their TV or their tablet. No sound was coming through. No visuals were coming through. There was just kind of like a timer and like a round counter, and then like some graphics that they had someone make. And I think they were like trying to use it. They've done it before with other like boxing or MMA fights or other events like that, and just having it like a watch party, like you and your favorite streamer watching the same thing and you want to listen to him type thing or her.
Mhm.
And they got banned for not showing anything for like 2
Ooh,
days, and then had a strike on their channel, on their Twitch channel. I was like, "Whoa, what?" Anyway,
fucking Viners
you
ruin
have.
everything.
Mm-hmm. So
It
this is
all came from Vine. I mean, so few people know nowadays, but it did.
a plague. So there's a show on here. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place. Um, Ragnarok. It was really dark, and it's German, so no, Norwegian. Oh my God. Just, at me if I'm wrong. I can't remember if it's Norwegian or Swedish, so sorry about that. But it's all about Norse mythology. Like there's a Loki and like all the different gods. I'm not great with Norse mythology, but if you are, I really recommend that you watch it because it was interesting. And it had moments that were kind of like Stranger Things, like Loki gave birth to the snake that holds the world. Um, but it was this like giant tapeworm that he gave birth to. It was gross. So anyway, that was just one episode that I watched. If you're into that, watch Ragnarok.
It is Norwegian.
Thank you. Well, tell
Uh,
us about Sweet Tooth. I didn't watch that.
2 thumbs up on Ragnarok. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. I recommend it. It's a little bit slow, but I think if you watch it, then you watch it. Like this was a new season.
Oh, so they've had a previous season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So Sweet Tooth. It is a
Yeah.
show on Netflix. It is based on a comic book, by Jeff Lemire. Um, Very interesting. So the characters are compelling. Like I do like who plays Sweet Tooth. One of the executive producers is Robert Downey Jr. He has no part in the actual show, but he's
Yeah.
executive producing it. 8 episodes. Pretty. I want to say like maybe almost an hour for each episode.
Isn't Will Forte in it?
Uh,
Or no? Did I
I don't
mistake
know.
that actor? Never mind. If you don't know, then he's not.
Most of the people from this, I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
honest with you. Um, what'd you say? Will Forte? Yes, he is in it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw him in the trailer. So give us like a really brief synopsis, non-spoiler.
Non spoiler. So something happens in the world. There's two events that happen in the world. Nobody knows. It's like the chicken or the egg. Which one came first? So nobody knows. Post apocalyptic. Um, Very much fantasy, like
Mm-hmm.
fantasy esque, like especially with the main character. Really like gorgeous sets, gorgeous cinematography. It's shot really well. It looks really good. Um, you just don't quite know what's going on, and I think that's the purpose because the characters don't know what's going on. Nobody really knows what happened, right? So you're following. Oof, you're following a number of storylines, and at some point they interject. It hasn't happened yet. I finished the first season, and it hasn't happened yet. But I feel like they accomplished their goal in this season. I got
Yeah.
a baseline of what the world is. I was introduced to a number of characters. I think they were fleshed out well enough for 8 episodes.
Mhm.
It did a really good job of explaining the past and the world building. What was that show that we watched? Oh, Jupiter's Legacy. R.I.P. By the way. Um,
Yeah. No more. Mm.
um, where they kind of like explain the past and the present almost simultaneously. It wasn't to that degree. Like it wasn't as flagrant. Like it wasn't one after the other. Like they kind of sprinkled it in this show. Um, but yeah, you're into this post-apocalyptic fantasy world. You have no idea what's going on, and you're following the journey of Sweet Tooth and what that entails. Some of it gets spicy. Like you ever seen the Salt Bay meme?
Yeah.
So they Salt Bay some spice on there, like midway through, and it makes it interesting enough, and it accomplishes its goal as I said before, and it makes me interested to see where they go with it. Because they kind of they when they accomplish the goal, they also set another question or like another set of events in motion at the very end of the season. I'm like, I hope they make another one. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good if you have time to sit down and watch this. It is I want to say it's slow paced. It's a very slow paced show. There's no like jump scares or anything like that. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't. If you're like a Sweet Tooth comic purist, I don't know anything about the comic book, so I enjoyed it as a fan who's not read the comic book.
I didn't know it was based on a comic.
Me either. I actually saw the reason why I saw this show is because I guess it showed up on my recommended stuff where they explained Sweet Tooth to you in 60 seconds. So just put Sweet Tooth in YouTube in 60 seconds and it'll give you a good rundown of like what the show is about, but not too
Okay.
much. I think Robert Downey Jr. is in there too. So
Sweet Tooth, produced by Iron Man.
and I think his wife as well. If I'm not mistaken.
Poorly
Yes.
named Sweet Tooth?
Uh, Sweet Tooth is a nickname.
Right, but poorly named? Because it's not appealing to me at all.
Probably. But I don't know I don't know what you would call it.
I associate Sweet Tooth with what was it called? Like heavy metal? That game where you could drive around as Sweet Tooth the clown with the ice cream truck?
That's originally what I thought.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, yeah. That's what I
Heavy
thought Sweet Tooth
metal.
was originally. Before seeing anything, I was like, "Oh, why are you making a show about Twisted Metal?"
About a clown. No thanks.
Yeah,
That
but
was a bomb game.
the main character is half human, half deer.
Right.
So deer is like sweet shit, I guess. Beets, who knows?
All right.
Check it out. 1.5 thumbs from me.
Out of what?
2.
Oh,
I only have 2 thumbs, dude.
okay. I don't know. Maybe you're half deer. How many thumbs do deer have?
0. What?
That boy has thumbs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. moving on.
Yeah, all right. So every week we watch a movie for movie night. That happens on Monday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're sleeping if you live in EU, so don't bother. Um, this week we watched The Big Lebowski. Had a lot of fun.
Classic.
Shout out to everybody who came. Um, Next week, what are we watching?
Secret Magic Control Agency. It's an animated film from Russia.
Yeah. So, movie night is free to you always. We'll front the cost of the movies if we have to pay for them. Just bring your tuchus and some snacks, and we do it on Discord, LowerBitrate.com, where you could find the link to the Discord, and that's where we do it. Easy peasy.
Join us. It's fun.
Yeah. The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, a classic, as I said.
It is a classic, yeah. Dude, John Goodman is so fucking funny in this film. I forgot how funny he was. John Goodman, this is probably his best comedic
Him
role.
at his best, yeah. Or one of his best.
This is up there for John Goodman. I wouldn't say it's well, Steve Buscemi has such a, I want to say, no, it's such a small role comparatively to what else Steve Buscemi's been in, but he kind of plays off John Goodman. Like, you're out of your element, Donnie. Like, that shit is hilarious to me.
He's the straight man. That's why it works. It doesn't work without the straight man.
Yeah.
Because who's he gonna like rant at?
Right. Star-studded cast: Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, David Huddleston, Philip Seymour Hoffman, may he rest in peace, Tara Reid, Philip Moon, Mark Pellegrino, Peter Stormare.
Stormare.
Yeah.
That guy.
Him.
The
funny
Belgian or something, right? That like,
is he
they're
Belgian?
nihilists. No,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. They're like German nihilists or something.
Yes. He has such a, I think he plays a character in Destiny, one of the like, future Dead Orbits guy.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things. He's a very distinctive voice. You know, like he's always recognizable.
He has an accent. Yeah.
Classic movie. Jeff Bridges as the dude. Perfect. How old was Jeff Bridges when he did this?
Oh man.
He must have been like 50.
Yeah, not young.
He wasn't young, but he wasn't like super old either. So he was kind of like in that, I don't know, in that, is this his most recognizable movie?
It might be. I mean, he's been in so many though that have been so good. And he can play so many different roles. Like the fact that these guys could play funny really shows their, I don't know, their abilities.
The range.
Yeah. I liked it.
It reminds me of who's another one that has a good range?
Steve Buscemi?
Yes, but there's a few other ones. Like Jim Carrey has a good range. Steve Carell has shown that he has a good range.
Mm-hmm. And just think of comedic actors. They can usually do both.
So yeah, I mean, I can't explain this movie to you because it is just wacky. Like the storyline is predictable, but not predictable. This is not a movie for kids. Save your kids.
Don't watch it with your mom. The stuff with Julianne Moore is so weird. I'm like, did it even really happen?
Yeah, it has some risque parts in it with Julianne Moore, and I think there's one with Tara Reid too. I forgot that Jesus was in it. Jesus.
Yeah.
And how they introduce him.
Don Turturro.
Yeah, and then fucking John Goodman's like, yo, they're 8. He calls him a fucking pedophile. Oh my god! And then he like threatens like John. I think John Goodman, for me in this movie, John Goodman steals the show
Mm-hmm.
because his rants, like his like Nam PTSD, like Nam was like 20 years ago at this point, almost 30 years ago, and he's just fucked up. Like he is off his rocker. Like he's still practicing, as a Jew man because he doesn't want to do his bowling on Saturdays because of Sabbath, and he's like super into it, watching his ex-wife's dog while she goes to like Vegas or some shit. And he's just nuts. Like he's absolutely bonkers. He steals the show for me.
The moment where he tries to throw the ash into the sea.
Yeah.
It just blows right onto the dude's face. And Jeff Bridges just lets it sit. He just doesn't react. He just stands there as it all coats him. And then it
Mhm.
like coats him again in another plume. And he just holds his face and it's hilarious. Like it's funnier than if he had been like a fake cough or like spit it out or something. But just standing there with his like chill smile.
And then poor
Ash.
Donnie is in a fucking Folgers can, bro.
Why is it always like that? Like they have a bunch of coffee cans laying around at the cremation place.
He
Like,
asked if there was a Ralph's around. And I think one of the movies, I don't know if that's a callback to one of John Goodman's other movies, King Ralph.
mm,
I don't know if that was a callback to that, but
hmm.
yeah, poor Steve Buscemi in a Folgers can. But yeah, classic movie. If you haven't seen this, watch it. Just watch it for the comedy. It's really really funny and really weird too. It'll keep you guessing if you've never seen
Yeah,
it. Anyway, um, anything else on this?
no,
Yeah, watch it.
but yeah, it's a good film and it stands the test of time, I would say. Still funny. One of those classic comedies. Oh, and even like a cult favorite, right? Like some people, this is an aesthetic still,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But anyway, ready to talk about Loki?
Yes. What did
You
you
watched
think?
it today?
I watched it today.
Oh, I watched it today too, before we recorded. I wish it was coming out on a Sunday, honestly. Or no,
Friday.
Friday. Yeah. But anyway, Wednesday, okay. Middle of the week. Um, I really liked it. It reminded me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Um, there's this one scene. If you're a fan of Hitchhiker's Guide, I don't want to explain the whole thing, but there's this alien race, here I go explaining it, called Vogons, and they are like that, just pedantic, bureaucratic, can't think like outside of the like an Excel spreadsheet or like a flow chart. They just follow rules. That's what they do as a species. And so it reminded me of that, where it's like, take a ticket. There's two of us in here, take a ticket. And then you have to like wind through. So I wonder if that was paying homage to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because there's like exact same scene. Anyway, um, so thus I loved it. I love that it was kind of stuck in a certain time period. Again, aesthetics of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to me. Anyone else get those little vibes coming from it? I don't know. I enjoyed it. I love being in this like time neutral place, like where time stands still
Mm-hmm.
and it's run by science, it seems like, or just runs on time. Because he's like, oh, this is magic. And he's like, no, this is, there's no magic here. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm excited to see where the show will go.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that it picked up just right after Avengers Endgame, just right in, see where he went, and then they have like this time thing, And like you said, it's like, this own thing, like there, but also there's different things everywhere else. So we pretty much got like, we also got the confirmation that Loki's dead. As far as what happened in Infinity War, that was it for him. Kaput's done. End of his
Hmm.
film. So I like how they wrapped that out with a bow. Really quick, really easy. A little nugget for the fans, wondering about, you know, Loki. Is he alive? Is he dead? Is this going to continue? Nip it in the butt right then and there. No more questions. Tom Hiddleston is great as usual. Owen
Hmm.
Wilson seems to be fine.
Yeah, what did
Um,
you think of Owen Wilson?
I mean, I haven't really. He hasn't really been Owen Wilson-y. You know what I mean?
Really? I feel like he's Owen Wilson-y everywhere. Like he's in the church like, "Hey, man, like
Nah, I
what
didn't get
happened
that.
here?" And he's like, and then he starts speaking French with the Texas accent. I don't know. I didn't like it. Maybe it was poor writing for that like one line, but um I just didn't feel like that was a really strong scene, him with the little girl in the church. And then when the other time I felt like, I don't really like this, was when he was trying to have like a dad moment with Loki and really like scold him and talk down with him. I was like, not getting it. You're not intimidating. Like you're no Walter White saying I'm the one who knocks here, like taking control of the situation. So maybe that's what they want. Kind
Yeah.
of like hokey, like yeehaw guy, just being his quirky self. But yeah, I feel like a miscast.
You feel like a miscast?
Mhm. So far, maybe I'll change my mind. It's not that I dislike Owen Wilson, that's not it, but I found him to take me out of it, while this is supposed to be so immersive. My immersion.
I don't think so. I don't think it's meant to be immersive. I
They
think it's the
introduced
complete
us to a
opposite.
whole new, like, world and realm. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
which
immersive.
doesn't exist in any time. Like one of the guys said it. He's like, "I'll gut you like a fish." He's like, "What's a fish?" Like they. I don't think this is normal. Like this is not. You're not meant to know that this exists. Like this is like the secret police or like the Illuminati. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
only
it's like
find
Men
the
in Black.
Illuminati if you fuck up.
Yeah.
Um. Well, for me, he wasn't. I don't know. He just didn't come off as like Owen Wilson-y to me. Like he has a very like distinctive like way of delivering stuff, like his lines that kind of sounds like he's stoned all the time, and I didn't get that. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, or I wasn't really like, super into it in his scenes. I was mainly focused on the Loki ones. Um, we'll see. I'll give him a chance. We
Mhm.
shall see. But they set the premise really well. We got the wrap up for the Loki story. Um, I'm actually glad to see Wunmi Mosaku in it. You'll probably know her from Lovecraft Country as Ruby Baptiste.
Yeah.
She's in it. Her name is
She looks so familiar. Oh, I love her. She's so good.
Yeah, her name is Hunter B15. So she doesn't even have a name. Um,
She's a soldier.
she's a soldier, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see where I like where they're going with the premise of the whole Loki show. Kind of like contained, kind of like how Wanda is or Wanda was. Less, out there like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I feel like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier had free reign to be wherever they needed to be,
Mhm.
and then Wanda was kind of like just confined to that little small town,
It was
and
a
then
bubble.
yeah, and then this one is kind of like confined to wherever they let him be, because
It feels limitless though. It feels like Jumper.
yeah, but I think I
Um,
think those little bombs, those little time bombs or whatever they're supposed to be, are supposed to be like the Men in Black Flash, like poof, we're never here.
I
But
love the continuous boss fights between him and Hunter B15. It's like just the like step ups to her and then how the final fight goes, like how he eludes her. But I enjoyed it. I like the unique combat
yeah,
and
Were they
I like
messing
oh,
around with
there was a
time?
part I really liked. Okay, when he was Loki's chair gets smashed and then he gets teleported back to where the chair is and he's just sitting on the floor. And Owen Wilson's like, yeah, son, this and that, and we're gonna work it out for your mom, son. And then offers him his hand to pull him up off the floor, and Loki took it. I was like, no, no, no. Loki's not gonna take somebody's hand. Like he's a god. He would just get up himself. And then it was revealed that that had to be the moment when he swiped the teleporting device or like the time controlling device.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, the payoff. Thank you. Because I was like, wait, what? Like Loki would never be like, thanks for lending a hand, bro. Like he's like a chaotic, evil god.
That was one of the moments where it was like blink and you miss it.
Mm-hmm.
When he offered his hand, I was like, I had the same thoughts. I was like, yeah, we would never do that. But if you look at, like the hip area of Owen Wilson, he takes it, you see him take it, and then when the Hunter B-15 comes in, he puts it in his pocket. Like you see him put it into his pocket.
That's good. I like it. I like the sleight of hand that we're in on.
Yeah.
I like that they're letting the audience, be included the whole time.
Yeah. Um so far, I'm really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the Marvel stuff, besides Wanda was an anomaly. Wanda kind of just sucked you in from the very beginning, just based on the premise of it being this weird time travel sitcom homage from all of the
Yeah,
decades.
talk about being a variant, right? Like WandaVision is such an outlier of a show.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Its
like
own
the
thing.
premise. Apparently, Loki is gonna hunt Loki, so we'll see different Lokis, different versions of it. So they have a lot of freedom here to do whatever the hell they want. And then they set up the big bad at the very end. Hooded person burned people to, a crisp, and then took their little time bomb thing. So we'll see.
Apparently those hunters are their strength is not fire. They have a major weakness. They just get crispy real fast.
Like bacon. Anyway, yeah, enjoyed it. I'll watch it. Hope you guys enjoy it too.
Yeah, watch it twice. It's worth it. I enjoyed it. Just for Tom Hiddleston, what an amazing performance they just like handed to him because of how he just stood there and watched. Like we saw his reaction to these sad things happening and just zoomed in on his face and they just let it roll and let him do the scene that way. And we were right along with him. I really enjoyed that. I thought we all know he's great, but he was really great.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else?
Yeah. Um, Nothing that I have to add, just that I really enjoyed it. Again, I would watch it for Tom Hiddleston, his acting. It's very good. Um, it's funny too. Watch it.
Yeah. You're a Marvel fan. This is a must watch. Must watch.
Musty watch.
Must. Yes.
Musk watch. Anyway,
That's completely different.
do you have anything to add at this point
Nope.
about
Just
Loki or
let us know what you think if you've seen it. Do you share the same thoughts? Do you have differing thoughts? Let us know.
Yeah, I added a spoiler text channel in my server where we do movie nights and things like that. So just go check it out there if you want to add anything to the discussion. Please don't type it in like general of the server. Um, People are pretty good about that. So we have a place for it if you'd like to discuss, which I would really like to discuss. People have theories and just to talk about the aesthetics of the show or plot points. Let's do it. You may be saying, hey, that sounds cool. Where can I find that Discord link? Well, friend, go to lowerbitrate.com and find it there. It's a crispy website. It's easy to navigate. Also, you'll see a link for Lou's OnlyFans. Please check that out as well. Maybe you should take that down now that you're making the AMC monies, you know?
What? My OnlyFans link?
Yeah.
No. Greed
Stays
is
up.
a very powerful mistress.
All right, there you go.
Speaking
Well,
of, 50% off the month of June for feet pics.
oh my God.
50%
How
off.
much how
Come on
much is
all.
your OnlyFans per month? Because you
$9.99.
can
It's premium.
oh my God. Because I was like, you can set your own prices on there, so I have no idea how much people charge per month. That seems like a lot. Anyway, enough about porn. Thanks for listening to episode 77 of the Lower Bitrate Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Bye bye.
All right, bye.